Hi, everybody. Today we are going to learn to read notes on the treble clef staff. Well, first off, what is a treble clef? A treble clef, it's also known as a G clef, is how we read notes that have higher sounding pitches. So, for example, a violin, flute, clarinet, ukulele, guitar, trumpet, our singing voices, xylophones, soprano recorder, these all read in treble clef. They have higher sounding pitches. Half the piano is in treble clef as well, the higher sounding half. So once you learn how to read treble clef notes, it's much easier to learn some of those instruments. It's called a G clef or a treble clef because do you see this loop right here? It loops on the second line of the staff, and this line is the G note. So whenever you see a treble clef, you can either call it treble clef or G clef, and people will know you're meaning the same thing. So this is the staff, and a staff has 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice that I always start from the bottom and I climb up like a ladder. That's really important. You're going to need to know that in a little bit. It has 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in between each line is a space. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And each of the notes has a different letter. F, A, C, E. It spells the word face. I have a little saying that helps me remember it. It goes F, A, and now notice I'm climbing up the spaces now. I'm starting from the bottom and I'm going up each space. F, A, C, E, F, A, C, E. Spaces are as easy as can be. The lines, there are 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I was a kid, we learned a saying that when every good boy does fine. So every starts with the letter E, then good, G, boy, B, does, D, and fine, F. That's all fine and dandy, but I like a little chant that I have instead. And it goes like this. And I start from the bottom line and I climb up like I'm climbing up a ladder. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. Now, if you can remember the space saying and the line saying, you can read any note on the staff. So let's practice some note reading. First off, I know that this is a line note because there's a line going straight through it. So it's on the line. So there are 5 line notes. We're going to say our saying E, G, B, D, F. I'm going to climb up again. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. So I'm starting with the bottom again. E, and the next one is G. This is the G note. If I want to double check it, look at what's looping around on the treble clef. It's the G line. I got that one right. My next note is also a line note. I can tell that because there's a line going through it. So I'm going to say my saying. Say this at home with me. And really, if you can say it, it's going to stick in your brain faster. So I start from the bottom line and I'm climbing up the rungs of a ladder. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. So what was it? E, the first one. Exactly. All right, this is also a line note because there's a line going through it. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. Now remember, I'm climbing up from the bottom line. E, G, B, D. Stop on that note. It's a D note. This one's also a line note. There's a line going through it. So I start from the bottom line and I climb up like a ladder. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. So this is E, G, B. This one's a B. Oh, I have one more treble clef line note. So I'm going to climb up the ladder. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. So what is this one? F. That's correct. Very good. Let's practice the spaces. Now remember, we're not climbing up on the lines anymore. This is a space. It doesn't have any line going through it. So I climb up each of the 4 spaces and I spell the word face. F-A-C-E. F-A-C-E. Spaces are as easy as can be. So what is that first one? F. Very good. Well, wait a minute. We had an F on the top line, E, G, B, D, F, and we have an F on the bottom space. This is a low F, and the one up here is going to be a higher sounding F. Ooh, I have another space note. There's no line in between it. So I'm going to say my saying. I start from the bottom space, not the bottom line, the bottom space. F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Spaces are as easy as can be. So what is it? E, that's correct. Great work. Here's another space, F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Spaces are as easy as can be. What's the note? F-A. That's right, it's an A. And our last space note, F-A-C-E. Now remember, don't climb up from the lines. You're never going to reach the space note if you climb up on the lines. So I'm on the space rungs. F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Spaces are as easy as can be. What's the name of this one? F-A-C. There you go, everybody. Now, can you label each note with the correct note name? Let's start here. This one's a space note, so I say my saying F-A-C-E. This is an F. This is the next note after F. On this, you can see it goes space, line, space, line. You can either go E, G, B, D, F and figure out that that's a G, or because it's right next door to F, it goes from space to line. In our music alphabet, what comes after F? G. And after G, it does not go to H, it goes to A. We only have 7 letters in our music alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Once you get to G, you start over with A. And then what would this note be? B. So you can either climb up doing a space line with F, G, A, B, or you can do F, A, C, E to figure out the names of the notes, or E, G, B, D, F. All right, now it's time to work in our theory packets. For your assignment today, I would like you to take your Hot Tunes packet and open up to activity number 1. And there are 8 word problems that you're going to answer using your knowledge of line and space notes. And each one of these measures will spell a word. So if you've spelled a word at the end, you can pretty much figure out whether you are correct or not. So let's do the first one together. All right, so it's a line note that starts, so I say E, G, B, D, F, E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines on the treble clef. So E, G, I climb up from the bottom, E, G, B, D, F. So I write F here. Okay, the next one is a space note, and they're the same. So whatever this note is, that one is. And these are space notes, so I start on the spaces and I say F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Spaces are as easy as can be. So it's F-A-C-E. And then the next one is also an E. So then just to double check, it spells the word fee. If it spells a real word, you're probably correct. And I'll give you all the answers next week on this as well. All right. If you have any questions, please post them in your Google Classroom. Just leave me a comment. And once you finish this activity, would you please take a picture of it and send it to me in a Google Doc so I can check your work? All right. Thanks, everybody.